I spent the best years of my life in physical and mental pain. My skin problems and eczema had spread all over my face and my back and my neck. This is one of thousands of stories that we've heard and dealt with.
Sam and Kit Wallen-Russell, who really took skincare into their own hands.
Twin brothers from the UK who are taking the skincare industry by storm.
Sam is a nuclear astrophysicist, and Kit is a geophysicist and author.
A Notre Dame grad and his twin brother are looking to revolutionize skin health.
The two launched a 2-year intensive research study.
Two very smart guys who knew all about bad skin at a very early age.
That woman at the end was our mum, and really she's the face which launched 1,000 questions for us.
I spent the best years of my life in physical and mental pain. I could barely sleep. I had to wake up every single night to have a shower to relieve the pain and the itching. My confidence was so bad, all I wanted to do was be alone. My skin problems and eczema had spread all over my face and my back and my neck. My dream was just to be happy, to live a normal life, to see my family and my friends without thinking every minute of every day about my skin. This is one of the many stories of people who've come up to us. This was actually in London because he recognised us from TV, and he came up to us to say how thankful he was for finding us and the Skin Microbiome School. His story is something that to the normal person sounds shocking, but this is one of thousands of stories that we've heard and dealt with that remind us of this is exactly the reason that we believe we are put on this planet, to roll back the skin allergy epidemic on our elite suboptimal skin packages. This story is almost repeated word for word. Obviously everyone has different things that it affects in their life and different ways that it makes them sad and down, but the story in terms of what they're given, what happens to their skin, it's spreading, it getting worse, and no one being able to help them. Not only not helping them, but making it worse. The story is repeated everywhere, but no one's talking about it. And this is why we started everything that we do, because our mum experienced that exact same thing, and we were determined to solve it. And that's why we're now the world leaders in the skin microbiome. And all of our research into the skin microbiome is going to change the world forever. He said, I want you guys to know and to give thanks to you about how much you've changed my life. He went on to say that he now can walk around freely, seeing his friends, going to the pub, seeing his family, without just wanting to be alone, without being in pain. He said, I now don't wake up at 3 a.m. every single night to have a shower because of the pain and the itching. And there's 1.9 billion people across the world who have skin problems, diseases, allergies. When we have the best healthcare that's ever been, there's a massively increasing rate of skin allergies. And that's why we're launching our new USA campaign, Save America's Skin. So in between these two feelings, where he went from at rock bottom to seeing us and thanking us for completely changing his life, there was a big story in between. This wasn't just 6 months. This was over many years. He had a supposedly allergic reaction when he was in his teens from some foam from a party. And this triggered an allergic reaction on his skin, which then started to stick around a bit. And from that, he then tried to manage it himself, and the cosmetics and the skincare that he used didn't work. So he then went to the doctors and the dermatologists. He was put through the normal cycle of processes like immunosuppressants, antibiotics, and steroids. Throughout all of this time, his skin got worse. it spread and it moved. So it spread across his face to his scalp and to his neck and to his back and came around his neck on his front. And it spread all across his body. So these things that were supposed to be helping him, as he used more, he got worse. And what he noticed was that he saw a small improvement when he started using them. But after he came off them, his skin went back to what it was before and even worse. He spent 7 years using these topical steroids to manage the skin problem. And what happened was he actually had to keep using more and higher dosages just to keep it the same. And when he came off, he always noticed that it spread, and he started to have this burning sensation underneath his skin, this pain. Lo and behold, this thing that started off as an allergic reaction, a slight bit of eczema, had spread all across his body, and now he was covered in eczema. He had to wake up at 3 a.m. to shower because of the pain, the itch and the burning sensation. All he wanted to do was just be alone. He never wanted to see his friends because of the lack of confidence. He didn't want to see his family. He said, every single decision I made was due to this skin problem. There was no decision that it didn't rule. That was my life. He also said it was like an annual cycle. In the summer it got a bit better, but in the winter it got worse. So there's glimmers of hope, but it never got better. And this is the pain that we believe we're put on the planet to solve. He said, when I started your packages, I was at a point where I just didn't have any hope left. And now I have no reoccurrence of this skin problem that's blighted me, this eczema that has spread all across for over 10 years. There's no burning, there's no pain. It feels like a miracle. I can now sleep all the way through the night without having to get up at 3 a.m. for a shower. I can now go and see my friends. I feel excited to see my friends and my family. I can go out to the pub without worrying about the flare, whether it's going to take over. The main thing that we see is how much it changes someone's life without other people even realizing. If anyone listening has a skin problem, then feel free. You can take the suboptimal skin assessment tool. I think it's in the link below. There's people suffering everywhere and no one is doing anything about it. Our values are to spread our research across the world and to help people. And we believe in doing the right thing